This week we begin to focus on, well, it's the end of the class first off. You've been a great class. But this week we begin to focus on how do you work on basically integration and distribution of your database. You have all this data. You have the way to compile the data. You have a way to look at the data. You have the way to keep the database updated. But how do you get it to the persons in your office that might not have access to access? This is where you start to think about how do you make it as flexible as possible to get in information and put information out. Do you have a plan in where if a satellite company does not have things such as access, but they can put stuff in Excel? Do you have a plan for getting that information in? Do you have some way to go about finding the information? How do you get these external sources, and do you have something in play to make sure that the data does not have errors in it? So you pull the information in. How does it not have errors? Does it have errors? How do you go about solving that for that? And this is kind of a week where you start to focus on the bigger picture. So you've laid that foundation, you've laid your basic groundwork, but what do you do after that? How do you get buy-in? How do you have data in, data out? And at some point in time, you might reach the point that this particular database is no longer what you need. You might need something bigger. You might need to put something in place that you might move to a SQL database. There's lots of different possibilities, but this at least gets you started where you're thinking about that and you're kind of putting those things in place. So either way, last week, make sure that you don't wait till the last minute to do it, because I have to cut off grades as of Sunday no matter what, and then I have to enter in the information and put in the grades. Every semester I have someone trying to move through at the very last minute to get things done, to turn things in, and there is some sort of issue, but I can't delay the grade turn in. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, continue what you're doing. Just kind of try to get stuff done as soon as possible this week, so you don't, if you do run into problems, you can have a lot more time to react to it, because I don't have any flexibility where the due date is concerned, and I don't have any flexibility when I have to turn in those assignments. So thank you, and good luck this week. Good stuff.